everybody.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kristen Cho.
And I'm Cameron Word.
Okay, so every Wednesday, our topic is getting tickets for the concert. And I hear there are some exciting concerts coming up here in Korea as well.
Yes, there are a lot of more pop song type of concerts, but also classical concerts.
Oh my goodness, so many things to do this year. But of course, they're probably going to be expensive. I'm not sure. I don't know yet. But it may be difficult to get some of these tickets because they're so popular.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's always, everyone's trying to get on the website as quickly as possible.
Right. It's a race.
It is.
It seems. So, but our subtitle is All Hope is Not Lost. 자, 콘서트 티켓 구하기 희망이 전혀 없는 건 아니야. Okay, so that means if we say all hope is not lost, it means we have hope.
Yes, there's still a chance.
There's still a chance. Very good. Okay, so is there any concert that you want to see this year, Cameron?
There are a few. I know that there is a Hans Zimmer concert coming up.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer?
It's a concert with all of Hans Zimmer music in it.
No way. He's like one of the most famous musical score composers.
Right, for movies and stuff.
Yes.
So that is one I recently heard about. Is there any concert you would like to go to?
Yeah, I would actually like to go to a classical concert. I heard Berlin Vienna Philharmonic. They're all coming. I think it's going to be quite a hefty price tag, but I don't know. I'll see what I can do. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here are some expressions that we're going to cover today. If you do something hours on end, E-N-D, what does this mean?
This means you do something for a lot of hours. Hour after hour after hour after hour.
It's like forever.
Yes.
Okay. Pent up demand. And let me spell that for you. P-E-N-T-U-P. Pent up demand.
This means there was a demand for something. Something was wanted, but people couldn't have it for a long time. So that demand built and built and built and built.
All right. And if you say that all hope is lost, you're saying what?
There is no hope, that there is no possibility, there's no chance of doing what you want to do.
That's right. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to our Power Dialogue.
How is the search for concert tickets going? The show is in 3 days.
I spent hours on end scouring the internet for good deals.
What did you find? If the price is reasonable, you should buy them immediately.
Good seats are pretty expensive, like you said they would be.
It's because there's a lot of pent-up demand to see Big John. He hasn't toured in 3 years.
All hope is not lost, though. We have one more option.
Okay, so Chad is looking for these concert tickets. And so Veronica says, how is the search for concert tickets going? The show is in 3 days. They don't have much time. And yet he still doesn't have tickets. So what does Chad say?
I spent hours on end scouring the internet for good deals.
Okay. Now, if you spend hours on end doing something, how long are you doing that?
A long, long time.
Right.
And it's also usually all together.
Uh-huh.
So it's not 1 hour here, then 1 hour later,
right,
then 1 hour even later.
Right.
It's usually you did 1 hour, now you're doing 2 hours,
5 hours,
5 hours,
10 hours.
Like that time is connected and it's just many hours.
Right. Hours on end. It's almost like the hours are all linked together.
Yes. So I would often use this for things like if you're on your cell phone and you're looking at social media for hours on end. Playing video games for hours on end.
Yes.
Making kimchi for hours on end.
Oh, yes. It reminds me of my son who says, those reels are so addicting. I spend hours on end looking at, and I can't control myself. This is actually a lot of what young people are going through, I feel. Okay. All right. So you get the idea. You're just doing it over and over again. Now, if you scour the internet, this is a very interesting word, S-C-O-U-R,
yes.
Scour.
To scour in this case means to search, but to search everywhere.
Yeah.
And you're searching in a very kind of detailed manner. You're looking at every little thing that you can find to see if you can find, in this case, concert tickets.
Right. So if you're scouring the internet, you're scouring the bookstore and you can't find it, you've tried really hard.
Yes.
Okay. Veronica says, what did you find? If the price is reasonable, you should buy them immediately. Okay, so yeah, if it's okay, then just buy it.
Just buy it. Don't ask me. We don't have time.
We don't have time.
Yeah.
Now, what does Chad say?
Good seats are pretty expensive, like you said they would be.
Yeah. Good seats. You got to really pay a lot. You know, I went to see an opera last year, remember?
Yeah.
And I paid not a small sum.
Opera is expensive.
I did it. We were in the nosebleed section. We were way back, and I, paid like over 10만 원 for those tickets, and they were discounted. And so we were having a conversation how, like, those good seats, like, they're really expensive. And that's the point Chad is making.
Yes.
They're pretty expensive.
Right. And then he tagged on at the end, like you said they would be.
Okay, this is our power pattern. Like you said they would be.
So Chad adds this here because he wants to acknowledge this is what Veronica said. He doesn't want it to sound like, tickets are expensive.
Yeah.
With Veronica saying, yeah, I know, I told you. Did you forget?
Right.
He doesn't want her to think that.
Right.
So he adds at the end, like you said they would be.
Right. It's kind of like acknowledging what the other person has said.
Right. You said this, and you were right.
You were right.
This is the case.
Yes, that's a good pattern, like you said they would be. It's like, okay, you were right. Now I know.
Yeah.
Okay? Veronica says, it's because there's a lot of pent-up demand to see Big John. He hasn't toured in 3 years. And this is true. When a musician doesn't go on tour for like 3, 4, 5, 10 years, there's a pent-up demand. So we know what demand is. To demand is like, oh, you want it.
Yeah.
But it's pent up.
Right.
This is the key here.
So the demand here is suyo, right? Like the economy term of like
supply
demand and supply.
Yes.
Yeah. So here, the pent-up demand means people wanted it, but they had to wait so long that it grew and grew and grew and grew.
That's right.
So now that they have an opportunity, everybody is going to do it.
That's right. So anything that is pent up, even your anger or your frustrations, it happens over a long period of time. It grows and grows. So in this case, though, pent up demand, it's not anger or any of those things. It's just like more and more people want to see it.
Right.
What does Chad say?
All hope is not lost, though. We have one more option.
Okay. So we feel very hopeful. All hope is not lost.
Yes.
Instead of saying, we still have hope, why does he say this?
So this is a little dramatic, I feel.
Yeah.
It does feel a little literary, like, all hope is not lost. So he might be having a little bit of a jokey manner to the way that he's saying this. But he is saying that we maybe still have one more option.
Right.
He's emphasizing there's still one thing I can think of.
Yes. It is a little dramatic, like you said, because really, there's hope. There are always options, but you're kind of saying, oh, it's okay. We've got one thing, and we'll find out next week what that is. All hope is not lost, or all hope is lost means, wow, there is zero hope.
Yeah, we have no chance of getting out of this.
Okay, let's go ahead and listen to that dialogue one more time.
How is the search for concert tickets going? The show is in 3 days.
I spent hours on end scouring the internet for good deals.
What did you find? If the price is reasonable, you should buy them immediately.
Good seats are pretty expensive, like you said they would be.
It's because there's a lot of pent-up demand to see Big John. He hasn't toured in 3 years.
All hope is not lost, though. We have one more option.
It's time for Power Note. Please join us on pages 46 and 47. Okay, this expression, really nice. Hours on end. It's like a continuous, just long period of time.
Yes.
Like, just spending... We don't even say like 5 or 6 hours. It's just a lot.
Yes.
Okay. We've been searching for hours on end. I don't think your ring is in the grass.
It has to be. I remember I had it on when I brought the dog out.
Can you imagine losing your diamond ring?
Like a wedding ring.
Like a wedding ring.
What do you do?
What do you do? Of course you will search for hours. Not even, can you say days on end?
You can say days on end. So if it's all in one day, of course, there are 24 hours. So you'd have to say hours on end.
Right.
But you can put other times in it.
Oh.
Days on end.
Oh.
If the days are connected.
Yes.
Months on end.
Months on end,
If
yes.
the months are connected. Mm-hmm. It does get a little strange when you get to year.
I agree.
Years on end.
No. I would just say 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
4 years.
You tend to change to 4 years at that point.
Yeah, very good. Okay. So, yeah, if you lose something valuable, of course you're going to search it for hours on end. Okay. The agents worked for hours on end to decode the message.
Yeah, if there's a secret message that the enemy has, and you've got to figure out what they're saying, they're going to put a lot of work into trying to figure out what the message says.
Remember that movie?
The Turing machine, was it?
I'm not sure. It was something, Enigma Code?
Yeah, with Benedict Cumberbatch?
Yes,
that's what it is. It's
that's
about Alan Turing.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
The
That's
historical
right.
person.
Right.
Back in World War II.
Right. They were hours, days on end.
Yeah, almost like no sleep.
No sleep.
Just
they
trying
were
to figure
just
things
trying
out.
to figure out that code. So you get the idea that when it's something on end, in this case hours, it's just like it's a non-stop doing of something.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and like we said, you can't really say years on end.
Yeah.
You can do all of it down to, I wouldn't say seconds on end.
Yeah, no. Minutes and seconds.
Minutes on end also feels a little awkward.
That's right.
So anything from an hour, from hours on end, days on end, weeks on end, months on end.
Yeah, I agree.
All of
but
those
it
work.
has to be continuous,
Yes.
like you said, right?
Connected.
That's it. It has to be connected. Now, pent up demand means that basically the demand becomes great because it's because there's been sort of like this wanting for a while.
Yeah, something was stopping it. People wanted it, but they couldn't get it for some reason.
Right. Okay. Let's look at this example sentence. There was pent-up demand for a new model of smartphone from Songbird Corp. So in this case, everybody wanted this model, but there is a pent-up demand. And what makes it different from that pent-up demand and just demand?
So people were waiting for it.
Yeah.
For some reason, Songbird Corp wasn't making a phone as quickly as people wanted it. So everyone's just kind of like, okay, when are they going to do it? It's time. When are they going to do it?
Yeah.
If you think of these big tech companies,
Yeah.
oftentimes every year they put out a new model of their phone, right?
Right.
But let's say they kind of missed it, the date. Like they're like a month late. Everyone's like, okay, why isn't it coming out?
Yeah,
We're
I'm
ready.
waiting. I
We're
want to
ready.
change it.
Yeah. So you can see this a lot in kind of a retail sort of situation. Think of like popular clothing items.
Okay.
And you can't buy it. I remember one time there was this K-pop idol
Yeah.
was wearing this bag, like a handbag.
Okay.
And no one could find it. Everyone wanted to buy it, though.
What's that bag? Yeah, right.
Yeah, what's that? Where is it?
Where can I find it?
They go to the store. It's not available.
It's sold out?
When are they going to get it more in stock? Oh, it's coming next week? So it's that feeling of people are wanting to buy it, but they can't find it.
That's interesting.
Right?
Yeah. So, yeah, there is that distinct difference between demand and pent-up demand. It's like you're having to wait,
Yeah.
and it's hard to wait.
And people don't like to wait.
People don't like to wait. They want it right there, right now. So I feel this is really true when things get sold out and there's a long waiting period. Usually then people have this pent-up demand.
Yes.
Yeah.
And oftentimes it might even make them buy more than they normally would.
Right.
Because you've waited so long.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, okay. All hope is lost is when, there is no hope. There's no possibility for something to happen. It's unlikely our preferred candidate is going to win the election.
All hope is not lost. They'll be counting ballots for another 12 hours.
So when you see this expression in the negative, all hope is not lost, it's almost saying, don't give up.
Yeah, it's not over yet.
It's not over yet. We still maybe have a chance.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're kind of crossing your fingers, hoping beyond all hope that something good will happen.
Right. Okay. Just when I thought that all hope was lost, a boat arrived and rescued me. Yeah. This reminds me of Castaway.
With Tom Hanks. Yes.
Right? I'm sure like he probably at one point thought all hope is lost. He is never going to get rescued, right?
Right.
But yeah, he did. And so all hope is lost. When you say this in its original form, it really is like we can't go further.
Yeah.
We have to give up.
It's over.
It's over.
I think a lot of times, like in a sporting event, sometimes in like soccer, the opponent team it's like 2-0, and my team 0,
right? And
there's 5 minutes left in the game,
right?
All hope is lost.
You could feel that way,
yeah. But then they make a goal,
right?
And then they make another goal, and then your team's tied.
Yeah,
it's that feeling. Like sports fans, I think sometimes they lose all hope. All hope is lost,
right?
And then maybe sometimes there's something special that happens that
that's right.
gives them hope again.
So I feel like for all of us, we always have to feel like all hope is not lost.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Power pattern. Like you said they would be, which is saying at the end, oh, you said that, and I remember, and you were right.
You were right,
okay.
Yeah.
The keys were on the table like you said they would be.
I didn't trust you. But you were right.
You were right.
Yeah. Your dogs were happy to see me like you said they would be.
Yeah. I didn't think they would be happy to see me, but you were right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This good word, power vocab, scour, S-C-O-U-R. This may seem new to you. And like you said, it just means that you're really searching very carefully and thoroughly.
Yeah.
Every part that you can.
Yeah, you're looking at every single thing possible.
That's right. And I'm sure, like we mentioned, if there's pent-up demand and you want something, you could find yourself scouring all the shops and internet to find that.
Yes.
Okay. There's a nice definition on page 48. So what else should we do?
Please go to Audio Hakdang, and for a small monthly fee, you can listen to this show and many other great EBS shows.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much, everyone. And do remember that we are going live at 6 p.m. on Evening Special. So do join us there and have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.